Welcome to the Gordon Miller Show. Yes, today I wanted to talk to you individuals about a great show, probably one of the best shows of all time. And it is an amazing show called Green Acres. Yes, you know, Green Acres is the you know what place to be. I just don't want to sing it. Uh, you know, it's like this. Mr. Douglas, Oliver Wendell Douglas was a lawyer in Manhattan, New York City. He wanted to get out of the countryside. He wanted to go to the countryside. He wanted to get out of Manhattan, you know. And Lisa Douglas, Oliver Wendell's wife, and that's Mr. Douglas. Oliver Wendell, his wife, Lisa Douglas, wants to stay in Manhattan. Loves the shopping, loves all that stuff. And she promised Mr. Douglas, I believe it was 6 months that she would give him. And they ended up staying there longer. And it's one of those things like the first season obviously starts off, and he really is an inspiring farmer. But you have Eb Dawson as a character. That's Eb Dawson's awesome. He always calls Oliver Wendell, Mr. Douglas, Dad. He, and he goes, and I like how the part where sometimes he goes, "Thank you, Dad," and Mr. Douglas says, "I'm not your dad, Eb." And then Eb goes, "Oh, sorry, Dad." There's, of course, Mr. Haney. You could forget Mr. Haney. He's always trying to smooch off, get money off of Mr. Douglas. He's trying to sell these parts, and he's always trying to get he's a con artist, basically. He's not. He likes the dollar. He likes that money, and obviously he's making a business, but it's a show, of course. It's not real life, but he's a charlatan, and he wants to get more money, and he tries to, you know, you know, that'll be $5. And then Mr. Douglas goes, "What do you mean $5? I didn't even buy anything." Well, that was for me to show up to give you. So he's always trying to get some money out of. Uh, anyway, it's then you got Hank Kimball. He works in the government. I don't know if he's federal government, but any federal government or whatnot. He's local. He's supposed to help out the farmers, and he never does. And he kind of digresses. Sometimes like me, but he does it in a way. And oh man, it's hilarious. He digresses, and he's like, he'll be talking about something, he'll forget what he's talking about. It happens to me a lot. And there's Mr. Drucker. He runs the general store. What an awesome place that he's not one of those is going to be the most funniest characters, but you know he's always really nice. And who could forget, obviously Lisa. I mentioned her. She was always made the hot cakes and always messed up the food. Then there's again Arnold Ziffel. Yeah, Arnold Ziffel, the family pig of Fred and Doris Ziffel. Uh, I have notes here, so if I'm looking down, it's hard to keep track. But yeah, I watch pretty much every episode. I mean, I've the first 3 seasons I've watched. Actually, I might have watched 4 seasons. I know there's like 6 or 7 seasons in total. Sort of like 1965 to 71, I believe. Anyway, Arnold Ziffel is he watches TV, loves TV, loves watching the old westerns, the Cowboys versus the Indians. Yeah, it's pretty cool. He knows how to shut the TV off, and Fred doesn't like necessarily Arnold watching TV, but Doris doesn't. She likes Arnold, and Arnold. There was a lot of episodes with him and Ralph, and who could forget Ralph and Alf, the Monroe brothers, and one's a sister. I think Ralph is a sister and Alf is the brother. And anyway, they're the carpenters, and they just never can get anything done. They're always in the job, and they can just never seem to get anything done. And a lot of times Ralph cries when Mr. Douglas comes over, and says, "Are you gonna get done?" or something to that effect. And Lisa, Mrs. Douglas, always uh, says, "Stop yelling at her. Stop being mean to her." And he's like, "I'm not being mean. I'm paying him good money," which is true, you know. Uh, but then there's that other individual that's kind of a rival of Mr. Douglas. He's a little bigger, but I think he's towards the end of the uh, show, the series. But he's another farmer. But then, the funny part is Mr. Douglas always has to go up, back then. The house is really crappy. Uh, but there's also a phone. Yet they have to go to the top of the tree. There's a power line. Basically, he walks up and then he, talks. And there was an episode where he took over the phone company, and that was uh, just a classic good show that can never be duplicated. I mean, it's just one of those things that, that's when it comes to, maybe 1960s wasn't the greatest time, but, you know, but it really was, minus a few things. And, boy, it was one of those shows that you can always have nostalgia on, and it'll just never be duplicated because it was such a great show. Uh, yeah. Anyway, thank you all for stopping by the channel. Again, this is not like a channel I always talk about old TV shows. It's a variety of things, and sometimes random. So, anyway, thank you very much for stopping by the Gordon Miller Show. Alrighty.